24 years ago, Holly Deans-John made international headlines. Holly was spared the death penalty for trafficking drugs between Thailand and Australia.
See you Monday.
Instead, she was sentenced to 31 years jail, sharing a cell with 120 other women.
This is horrible. You're just stuck to each other. If one person wants to turn over in that line, the whole line has to turn over.
And you're thinking there's 30 years of this?
I knew it was going to be a long, long time.
Holly's path to Thai prison started in a wealthy suburb of Perth, where her mum ran an escort business.
You know, you go to a friend's house after school and you do normal things. You come to my house and you're walking into a house that phones are ringing and girls are coming in and out, dropping money off. It's not normal.
What was your mother and father's relationship like?
My father was a heavy drinker and he would get quite violent with my mother. You're spending your whole life pushing down, 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 putting a lid on it. Well, it's going to explode one day.
When Holly was 15, her mum and dad split up and her mum's new partner entered the scene. He brought a heroin habit with him.
She became an addict. I started using heroin.
Did you have any idea, like, the gravity of what you were doing at that moment?
No. I mean, I was a kid. I saw everyone else doing it and thought, well, it must be all right. That was really the beginning of the end for me.
Her addiction dragged Holly into an underworld that would define the next 2 decades of her life.
There's 5 of us siblings and we all became addicted to heroin and we've all ended up in prison.
Through drugs, she met and fell in love with Stephen, another addict. Before long, the couple was dealing drugs to support their habit. Holly was caught and sent to a Perth jail for 5 years. Stephen fled to Thailand, where she would later join him. Did you consider the risks associated with being a drug addict going to Thailand?
Yes and no, but as a heroin addict, that's the place to be.
That is not what I expected you to say.
But it's true.
But it's definitely not the place to get caught.
No. But again, my lead, that's pushed to the back of your head.
It's not going to happen to me.
It's not going to happen to me.
The couple trafficked heroin between Australia and Thailand for 4 years until finally the jig was up.
I was arrested at a post office one night trying to send a letter which had a calendar in it, and inside that calendar was 15 grams of heroin.
This is Thailand. This is a totally different kettle of fish to Australia. What was it like?
I couldn't be shy about anything anymore. I had to eat what I had to eat. I had to shower how I had to shower. You've got a small plastic bowl that you're dipping into a trough full of filthy water that has hair in it, pubic hair in it, lice, stones.
But her new life in prison brought one silver lining. Holly finally got clean.
You hear about people having a light bulb moment, which sounds really cliche, I know, but that's really what happened to me. I was just like, wow, Holly, you've ruined your life. You've ruined it.
Holly spent 7 years in Thai prison before her application to be transferred to Australia was approved. She spent another 5 years behind bars before she was finally reunited with Stephen again, who was also clean.
It's taken a lot to get me to where I am now. I've had to do a lot of work on myself, but it's been worth it.
But her time with Stephen would be cut short. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer and died last year.
Losing my husband this way was the most traumatic experience I've ever had to go through in my life. And I don't think anything would top this.
You've had a lot of pain, haven't you?
Yeah. I lost my brother to a heroin overdose. My sister to a drug overdose a year and a half ago.
Your mum?
My mum, friends. I know loss. I know how horrible it is to lose people from addictions. It's just devastating. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Now a qualified youth worker, Holly wants her story to be a warning to others.
A scared young woman. I mean, look at my eyes, look, you can see it.
Do you see yourself here, or is this like a different person?
That's just not me anymore.
What would you say to her?
Don't ever touch heroin, ever. Because unfortunately for me, that was the beginning of the end.
Is there even a tiny part of you that's scared that you might go back?
No, not at all. Not even a bit. That life, that's gone. No, no way. Never again.
Thanks very much for speaking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, what a life.
Yeah, wild.
People like Holly are the strongest people on the planet to have the cards stacked against them and to triumph in the end, despite all that pain.
But she makes a great point, is when she was going through this, she didn't really have anyone to talk to. She wants to be that for other people who might be...
When her husband died of cancer, you'd think, well, she might be tempted to go back on drugs.
But no, there's no sign of it, absolutely not. The book, as you saw in that package, it's called Holly's Hell. It's available now wherever you get books.